What's up, fam? This is your boy JEFE, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the LG PK7W Xboom Go Bluetooth speaker. Now, what we have here is the white version of the speaker, so this is the new version of it. There was an older PK7, and that one just came in black. Not to say there's anything, huge difference between the colors, but there is some differences with the speaker itself and the sound quality. But more on that in just a sec. Now, if you're interested in checking out the speaker for yourself, I'll be leaving links to both Amazon and LG's website in the description box down below. So make sure you guys check those out to get the latest pricing. And as an Amazon associate, I also earn revenue on qualifying purchases, so just throwing that out there. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, LG did reach out to me. They sent over this speaker for my honest opinion and review. And if this is your first time here, you're not sure about the way that I do things, whether I go out and buy the product myself or if a company sends it over to me for a review, I'm always going to keep it 100% real with you and let you know whether or not it's worth your hard-earned money. So with that said, let's jump right in. Now first, let's talk about some of the things that I don't like, and then we'll get into the things that I do like, and then I'll make my recommendation whether or not I'm actually making one. So first, it's a firmware update. So now, mind you, this isn't like a huge deal. It's actually very easy to do, and it doesn't take too much time. But it's just the fact that out of the box, you kind of, they want you to do a firmware update so you can get the latest in sound tuning. So that's just one of the things. It's a little bit of a gripe with me because I just want to be able to pull this out of the box and get it up and running. And you totally can. You can totally just pull it out of the box, turn it on, pair it up to your phone, and you're off to the races. But they do emphasize you going ahead and doing that, and this way you get better volume, you get better sound tuning. So it's kind of one of those things where I was like, all right, let me go ahead and do that first before I can enjoy the speaker. So I know there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to bother with that, but if you're one of those people, then this is a thing you have to do. Now, if you're one of those people that is going to do it, go ahead and download the LGXBOOM app. It is available on the Android store. As far as I know, I believe it's also available for iOS, but I have not checked. I was doing these updates with my Android phones. So went through, paired up the speaker, turned on the app found the speaker, and then you went to the settings, and under the settings in one of the menus, you'll see firmware updates. And it tells me, hey, your firmware is out of date. Here's the latest firmware. Go ahead and install it. Install probably took somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. It has to download it first, and then it actually has to apply the firmware to the speaker itself. Once that's all done, it turned off. I turned it back on, paired it up, and we were good to go. So the process isn't too ridiculous or tedious, but it's just one of those things that I wanted to throw out there. Make sure you guys knew what was going on. Secondly, so there are two versions, right? There is this one, which is the PK7W, which is the white version, and then there's the PK7, which is the black version. And as far as I can tell, the PK7W, the white version, gets noticeably louder than the black version. And that's after having done the update on the black version as well, which is kind of a surprise, especially considering the fact that both of these speakers come in right around the same price. It's kind of weird. We're talking $200+ speakers. Now mind you, let's just make sure this is clear. Both of them are loud as hell, man. I can't emphasize that enough. But the white one is noticeably louder. It's almost like where the volume stops, where max volume is on the black one, it's like the white one has like 2 more notches of volume, which is kind of a trip, but it's there. It's something that I noticed very easily. So if you are looking for the louder of the two, you definitely want to go with the white version. That's for sure. But as far as the cons go, that's pretty much it. So let's get into some of the things that I do like. So firstly, I do like the fact that it's got the full IPX5 rating. So it's got the full splash resistance. I mean, obviously you don't want to really dunk this thing underwater, if you don't have to. But if it gets wet, moist, it gets splashed on, you're at a pool party or picnic or whatever it might be, you're not going to have any problems with that. So it is definitely sealed, and it actually works really, really well. Secondly, it does have a built-in mic, so you have access to your smart assistant of choice if you want to use it via speaker. And also you can use that same mic to take phone calls or to make phone calls. And the microphone quality isn't that bad. It's okay. I'm not going to say it's the best out there, but it's not bad. People can hear you on the other end, but to them it sounds like you're on a speakerphone. Now, for some reason, I was not able to get my phone to record the phone call the way I can do it usually with, Bluetooth headphones and earbuds. I'm not sure why it wasn't picking up. From what I can tell just by calling someone and having them tell me what's going on, they said it was okay. Unfortunately, that call recording was just unusable, so I can't include it in this video, unfortunately. Now, thirdly, it's the battery life. So the battery life on this, they claim 22 hours. I actually managed to squeeze 20 hours, 26 minutes out of this speaker, which is outstanding. So being that most parties aren't going to take that long anyway, I mean, if you're running a 20-hour party, I don't know, man. You know, those West Coast parties, man, you never know. But 20 hours, more than enough battery life for what you need, especially on a speaker that is this loud and this powerful. It's pretty surprising. Now, they don't run like a micro USB or a Type-C charging port, nothing like that. They have their own proprietary charger. It's like a barrel type of a connector, and it comes, you know, with an extension cord and like, you know, a little converter box on the cable. So it is more proprietary type of charging, but for something like this that can hold 22 hours, it's totally understandable why they went with something outside of the USB standard. Next, you can also pair these speakers. So now, if you have two of the same ones, then I highly recommend doing that. So like if you have two PK5s, go ahead and do it. You have two of the black PK7s, go ahead and do that. You have two of the white PK7s, go ahead and do that. I paired the black PK7 to the white PK7. You can totally do that. And you can run them both in either full range, where you've just got twin mode and they're both, you know, playing both left and right channel, or you can play them in stereo where one is the right channel, one is the left channel. The problem with pairing a black one to a white one is the difference in volume is very noticeable, and then there's an obvious imbalance in the sound. So you can have them both maxed out and you will definitely hear the white one over the black one, which is kind of a trip. So if you're gonna have a white one and a black one, I don't recommend pairing them. If you're gonna do, you know, the stereo pairing with these speakers, make sure you get a matched pair. Make sure you either get two black ones or two white ones. Make sure they're the same, because otherwise you're gonna hear this imbalance, and it's not cool. So just kind of putting that out there for you guys. Next, they also have some RGB lighting. So it's not the same as what you got on the black one. The black one, you had the lighting on the speakers, and then you had some LED strips. On the white one, they took out the LED strips. So now it's just the lighting on the drivers themselves. Still pretty cool. You get the beat lighting, you know, where it actually, you know, the lighting goes along with the music that's being played and it changes colors. And there is some adjustments to be found as far as that goes in the XBOOM app. And you can also turn off the lighting completely if you're not a fan of the RGB lighting. So you do have some options there as far as that goes. I do like it. I think it looks cool. I know there's people out there who aren't a fan of that. And if that's the case, you can totally just turn it off. So your options are open as far as that RGB lighting is concerned. Now, as far as the connectivity goes, I'm actually not sure whether they're running Bluetooth 4.2 or 5.0. I'm not 100% sure on that because I'm having trouble finding out that specification. So, but that being said, these are actually running all the latest aptX codecs. So you've got aptX low latency, you got aptX, you've got aptX HD as well, which is really, really nice as far as sound quality goes, but also there's no latency. So if you want to watch videos on YouTube, or if you want to watch movies on Netflix or Hulu, whatever it might be, you're not going to have any issues with any audio latency on this speaker. Now, I know a lot of people don't use big Bluetooth speakers to watch videos. Personally, I actually do. I, will pair a speaker like this up with one of my tablets, and then I'll run them that way. And that way I have excellent sound while you're watching video on the tablet. And in my experience, no latency whatsoever. So that's nice. And then as far as range, I got right around 40 feet of range before I started having any sort of clipping or audio cutouts. So it's not bad. And like I said, I've said it many times, with a speaker like this, you can have this in a party and you can have your phone in your pocket. You can walk all around the place. And until you start putting walls in between yourself and the speaker, you're not going to have any problems. Now, before we go any further, let me give you guys a sound demo of the speaker itself. Now, make sure that you take this, as for what it is. You're getting the sound of a speaker through a microphone, through a YouTube video. And unfortunately, I don't have any of the super high-end microphones that you might find on some of the other channels. I have a really nice deity microphone that I'm gonna, use to capture this audio, and hopefully you'll get a decent range of it. But maybe if you're watching this, maybe you might want to throw on some headphones, and maybe that'll help you hear it a little bit better. All right, so here's the quick sound clip that we're doing on the LG PK7W. We're going to be using one of my favorite tracks, Lush Work by 91 Nova. You can find this track on Epidemic Sound. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to that in the video description. We're going to be checking out the speaker at 50% volume. Going to be capturing this on my Deity V Mic D3. So hopefully it comes out okay. Enjoy. So let me know what you guys think of the audio quality down in the comment section. So now let me give you my opinion on this and some facts about what's going on with this audio quality. So first of all, let me just say this. I was immediately impressed, but I was also not expecting anything less. I've had the black LG PK7 for months, and it's been one of my favorite speakers. Anytime we go to the beach, we take it with us. That thing rocks. It absolutely rocks. And people always ask me, hey man, what speaker is that? That thing is freaking blasting. So it is an excellent speaker. The fact that they made a white version and it's actually louder. So let's talk about that first, the volume level. It's like 2 notches louder than the black version. So that in itself is already impressive. Overall, the sound quality is just unbelievable. Now this speaker is tuned by Meridian. They do a lot of that DSP tuning and they did an excellent job. So despite whatever volume level you have the speaker at, it is always clear and crisp. You can hear all the detail all the time. That to me is pretty amazing, especially when you consider how loud this speaker actually gets. And then they also have, you know, the 2 buttons to enhance the sound. You've got the, I believe it's the clear vocal and then the enhanced bass. I leave both of those turned on and it sounds so good, man. I'm normally listening to, you know, either my headphone test playlist or even, you know, like my rock mix or my 80s mix or like oldies and Motown, even classical. You know, this speaker just does it all. And it's got the aptX HD, so you've got that audio quality that's there. The codecs are supporting 24-bit audio, which is really, really nice. So if you're one of the people that have like the Tidal subscription, you know, it can take full advantage of the higher quality audio and you can really hear the detail in the music. So it's surprising. It sounds a lot better. There are speakers out there that are louder. There are speakers out there that have more bass, but do they sound as crisp and clear? Definitely not. The speaker is giving me surprising detail, which I was truly impressed by. Like I said, considering that I already had the standard PK7, going to the white one and being even more impressed, I was definitely not expecting that. And it doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to. Like I said, classical, rock, Motown, whatever it might be, excellent. Sounds absolutely excellent. I can't say that enough. The tuning on this, super well done. And like I said, I normally keep the 2 buttons turned on, but you know, if you just want it with the extra bass and you don't need all the clear highs, you could turn off the clear vocal and you get that extra bass boost. It sounds really good. Or if you don't want all that bass, maybe you just want the clear vocals, you're gonna listen to some, you know, some ballads or some classical music or something like that, then just hit the clear vocal and it sounds really good. So overall, I mean, and let me not forget about this because I know a lot of people are going to ask me, like, you ain't talking about the bass. The bass is excellent. It's actually very clear, very tight, and it hangs on really well despite what volume you're at. The only fault that I found in the bass is in that sub bass. So if you're listening to some really like down and dirty trap or like some serious hip hop that has that low bass, that's, you know, or the engineers are making it so that it blows the trunk out of your car with your amps and subs, it's not, you're not really going to get much of that out of this speaker. You know, it's just not for that. But anything else, it actually sounds really good and the bass is noticeable. You put this thing down and, you know, people will hear it. They'll hear the thump, which is surprising for a speaker of this size. So do I recommend you going out and picking up the LG PK7W, the white version? Absolutely. If you're in the market for a speaker in this price range, right? So we're talking $180 to $225. You're in that price range for a serious party speaker for the summertime or for whatever, for your picnics and pool parties or whatever it might be, then this is an excellent choice. The sound quality is unbelievable. The fact that you can pair them up with more than one speaker, that's also dope. IPX water resistance rating, 22 hours of battery life. This is definitely a serious speaker, a serious contender, and just for overall sound quality, it's tough to beat. It really, really is. I have no problem making a full recommendation on the speaker considering I've already spent months with the black version and I love it. And now they made an even better version. I don't know what else to say. But this speaker comes highly recommended by your boy El Jefe. Now, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Would you be interested in picking up a speaker in this price range? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Now, I know, that a lot of you aren't about buying, this higher end audio, right? Where you start getting into the 200, 300, 400, 500. I totally understand. And I have some more reviews of some lower and more budget price stuff coming out very, very soon. So don't fret. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and hit the dislike button. There's always one or two of you out there. I don't want you feeling left out. And if you haven't done so already, consider joining the fam. Hit that subscribe button along with that small notification bell, and this way you never miss any of my upcoming videos. So with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I brought you some good value today. I really hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.